Alright, y'all, starting out the day kind of late again. Coming out of a town, no trail magic there. The trail angel, Hadley, hadn't come back to resupply the trail magic. So anyway, kind of missing that, but just gonna do this small climb this morning. See if we can get into New Jersey today and see how things go. Today's gonna be a nice, warm, non-humid day, so that'll be awesome for hiking, and hopefully have a better day than yesterday, because I was done and didn't want to video anything. After that, I fell, banged up my wrist, elbow, forearm, and hand. It was just so slick, and we have a lot of rocks today, so it'll be fun. Oh man, doing this yesterday in the rain would have been pretty challenging. Just back there, we had a straight rock face that we had to go down. This is all so eroded away, and it's making it difficult to go down. This isn't as bad as some places we've been, but this, when wet, would have been pretty challenging. But anyway, I'm trying to make it down this carefully, as careful as I can, while holding a phone and trying to work my way. But right down there is the trail. It switchbacks all the way down to the bottom there, but just went up that, yeah, or down that, sorry. But yep, pretty interesting day. Gonna have a lot of this. A lot of rock scrambles, a lot of rock fields. But anyway, see, now this is the way I wish Maine was marked. You get to something like that and it has a marker like that and a marker like that right next to each other. Because from my previous videos, I think I showed in a couple of them why Maine was difficult to navigate through if it was dark or early in the morning, or trees down or something like that, you know. But anyway, the New York, Massachusetts, Vermont states, they've pretty much marked the trail pretty well. But this is quite the climb down. That's pretty interesting. That's what we have next. Underneath this little plant here, we just decided to sit down right there, and it's right there. And I didn't notice, but my foot was right next to these two lovely companions here. That is what you call a timber rattlesnake, and they're pretty poisonous, I will say. But yeah, there they are. There's two of them just sitting there coiled up on a rock. I did not like how close I got to them. I will show you the enjoyable view that we were trying to see. Before I noticed that one coiled on the rock right in front of me, blending in. But anyway, fun times. Close to things that could really hurt you. Anyway, pretty awesome. Almost made myself run off somewhere, because I was super close, like a couple inches away from them, and didn't even know. Well, there's two of them sitting down there. Well, enjoy the view while you can, I guess. More bog bridges. Anyway, in that last video, I meant to say there were 3 timber rattlesnakes there. I looked a little bit closer. I didn't get closer, I just looked a little harder, and found out that there were 3 heads in there. One of them was pretty decent size, the other 2 a little bit smaller. So not something to play with. Pretty interesting scenario there. Just sitting down eating lunch, and all of a sudden I look up and there's one, a couple inches from my foot. I didn't even notice to look underneath the little shrub. But anyway, a little education on timber rattlesnakes. They blend in to rocks, leaves, and bushes really well. Some other facts. Every time that they rattle, they don't always strike. Some don't rattle when you're close to them. They can rattle, but some of them, just won't. Some of them won't even give you a warning. They'll just strike you before you get any closer. So that's why it's kind of just, you gotta look out for them, and just look around before you sit down and get comfy. Anyway, but yeah, just a little couple facts there for you. We saw them in the Trailside Zoo. They had an exhibit of reptiles and fish and stuff that are local to New York area and further south as well, and just around the area. But anyway, there's a little bit for you, and I'll see you down the trail. So we just came down that right next to that rock, all the steps, but there's a tiny little bit of a waterfall right there. It's a small one. That would be a good water source, considering we have not come across a couple or good water sources in a long time. But anyway, had a family stop me and ask what was up the trail, and I got in one of my grooves earlier, and I didn't even know what was going on, where I was walking, what's around me, and they asked me, oh, anything exciting up the trail? And I had no response. I was like, yeah, some rocks, a couple hills, maybe here and there, some tree roots, maybe a mountain, and they thought that was really funny. But honestly, I have no clue what I just did. I'm just hiking along, looking at the ground so I don't trip and fall. But the trail is mostly like this. Haven't seen anything crazy. It's a holiday weekend. So there's a lot of people out. Well, we're getting closer to a town too, so there's more people out on the trail. But anyway, about to pass some people, but I will see you in a little bit up the trail. All right, y'all. there's Greenwood and the lake that it sits on. The town is Greenwood. The lake, I would assume, would be Greenwood Lake. But that's New York. New Jersey's like less than 4 miles this way. We wanted to take a detour to go get some ice cream at the Belleville, I think is what it was called, Creamery on New York 17. And it was just a short walk down to what we thought was going to be like a little farm stand with someone sitting at it with ice cream, you know, there, which we were totally wrong about that. We got there and everyone and their brother was there. I'm talking like a large parking lot full of cars and a line that like wrapped around the little setup that they had. Oh my goodness, there's so many people. We didn't stop there. We said it's gonna take us half an hour just to get up to the front of the line, and take us like 5 or 10 minutes to eat the ice cream, and then, you know, another 20 minutes to feel good, you know, enough to hike afterwards, because dairy does some weird things to you once you don't have it for a while. But anyway, we passed up the ice cream. Really wish we could have eaten some, but anyway, I had to take another break. I've had a lot of rocks today. Feet are feeling the rocks, but very excited to almost be in New Jersey. I mean, when I mean almost, it's like 3-point-something miles. But don't know if we're gonna make it all the way to New Jersey, because it's almost dark. It's like, well, I wouldn't say almost dark. We probably have an hour or so left of daylight, so we're gonna try and get as far as we can, or as close as we can, to the border. But anyway, I'll see y'all down the trail and I'll tell you where we end up. This is an old friend here. We haven't seen one of those in a while. There's a steep rock face. There's a lake over there, and we had to go up that. Anyway, lots of steep rock faces. That's gotta be 15 feet down or so. Pretty cool. I'm gonna put my phone up so I can go down it, and I'll see y'all later.